There is a winter storm right now hitting our area. There have been warnings all over the place. The electric companies sending out notices to be prepared and all of this.
And
weather
the snow
alerts.
is kind of going nuts outside right now.
The snow, the wind. So
the wind has been crazy.
It's horrible weather right now. And I'm pretty sure that's what's playing into that more than anything. So that's probably where that's coming from.
So please try and stay with us as much as possible. We do apologize for the...
Yeah, unfortunately, if it keeps cutting out because of the weather, unfortunately there's not much we can do about that. But we're going to keep trying to stay on. So if you guys bear with us during it, you know, we'll still be here. But yeah, sorry. I wish there was something I could do about that. That would be fantastic. You know, I wouldn't even mind getting like a backup system and that sort of thing for those cases. Except it's super ungodly and expensive, and I don't have that kind of money right now. So, you know, it's on the wish list. But it's also on the it's also on the wish list right along with, you know, getting a new car.
Right.
Kind of deal.
Yeah, we're getting 2 or 3 inches
minimum today.
So.
Minimum, you know, right now. And then there's supposed to be more all over the weekend. Supposedly Chicago's supposed to get like 6 to 8 inches.
Ooh. Like over the weekend? Or?
Yeah, over the weekend.
Oh, that's not good.
And obviously here in Michigan, we're going to get a lot more than that if that actually happens. So
when I was driving around this morning, they were just talking about 2 or 3 inches. So
yeah, that's what we're supposed to have today for this storm. But then there's supposed to be another one
right behind it.
Right behind it.
Ugh. Well, that stinks.
Yeah, and of course, that's also the difference between news this afternoon and news weather from this morning versus weather updates from this afternoon.
Well, also, you know,
so
you also get a bit of a heads up from, you know, Chicagoland.
I do, and that's actually how I found out about all of it. Was one of my bosses asked, and they're like, oh, how much snow are you supposed to get? Because we're supposed to get like 8 inches on Saturday, and it's like,
well, and we usually wind up with like double what they get.
Yeah, I know.
Because
so
of the lake.
I'm like, I don't know. I haven't looked. I don't want to look. I'm not gonna look. So you're not gonna get that answer until it actually happens.
Basically, the answer is Mandy's not leaving the house this weekend.
My idea on the snow is la 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 la. Don't want to see it. Don't want to hear about it. I stay in my house. I work from home. I come downstairs. I work from home some more. And then I work from home some more. And then I eat at home. I do all my sleeping and my daily grooming at home.
Mandy's feeling is if there's snow on the sidewalk, it is not safe to drive.
Yeah, no. If there's snow sticking to the sidewalk, nope. Then it's icy, and you're going to get black ice, and you're going to get the cold, and then the car's going to skid, and, you know,
And.
Yeah, I mean, I know I've talked about my trauma with that, and trauma's kind of exaggerated, but the first year I got my license, there was a horrible snowstorm.
I swear, Izzy, you two are carbon copies.
A very scary situation. And, I mean, I say trauma because it still affects me. I still, act in accordance to how that made me feel. But, that's not like to compare it to, something really happening. That would have been even worse. So I got very lucky, and I know it, and now I'm terrified.
Izzy says she won't leave when it snows or ice unless she has to go to work.
Yep. Well, I made it so I didn't even have to go to work. I can do it right from here. That's it. It's all from here. Everything. So, curtains are closed, blinds are shut. We don't see outside. We don't look out there. We don't know what's going on. And hey, it could be 80 degrees. And we'll just think that. And
I can guarantee you, based on the drafts, it is not 82 degrees.
I know. I know it's not, but, you know, I can pretend and ignore the reality and all of that. That was my point.
I will say having a fireplace and a chimney is absolutely awesome with the wind, and you get the howls and the moans. Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
I know you do. I know.
She says they aren't getting any bad weather there, but it is chilly.
Yeah, no, we're getting the bad, the very bad. So.
Yeah, you guys are a little bit further south of us, so.
Yep. So yeah. Unfortunately, that's what's going on. But good news is I don't have to go anywhere. It's not ruining my Thanksgiving plans. So. I'm sorry for those who it does ruin, and I hope everyone stays safe out there.
North of us this weekend, which I'm super happy about, and won't have to drive in and on my work weekend.
Nice, nice.
Are you guys hosting Thanksgiving, or are you traveling for Thanksgiving?
But yes, key point: everyone stay safe out there this Thanksgiving.
Please. Yes, please.
You know.
Just hubby and the kiddos. Yep. Me and Mandy are doing our own too, so.
Yep. Well, we are having, Dan and Tracy over.
Dan and Tracy offered to bring us leftovers, so
yes.
After they do their family thing, they're going to stop by.
I'm sure they realize. We did get an invite to join them, but I'm pretty sure once they realized there was going to be snow, they knew that there's no way I'm doing that.
However, we're going to go see my mother-in-law in the nursing home tomorrow morning. That's cool.
Oh, that's nice. That'll be nice for you.
That'll be awesome.
So.
Okay, so now the question has occurred to me.
Okay.
Nurgle loves a good celebration, right?
Yes. What do Nurgles eat?
What does Nurgle Thanksgiving dinner look like?
Well, I don't know. How would they eat considering they value all life, which you would think translates to plant life as well. So they can't eat plants.
Well, except that predators are part of life. I mean, the circle of life is still life.
Right, but I mean, they also don't believe in like killing germs. You know, like they embrace them and all of that. So, if they won't even kill something that's infecting them.
No, but sooner or later things die.
I guess they would eat Space Marine.
Oh, nice. Okay, I can work with that.
I think it would be Space Marine.
Cannibalistic Thanksgiving. Nice.
Well, it's not exactly cannibalistic. They're not Space Marines, so they're not eating their own kind.
I guess it depends on, the exact...
Although...
There are Chaos Marines. And
the Chaos Marines... Mm-hmm. That there would be some argument there, especially because those are usually like transferred over. They like get infected with it or something.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know enough about the lore to really go into that.
We shall have to figure it out one of these days.
We shall, and of course Luke's not here. Luke's our resident Warhammer player,
resident lore expert. So. Luke, we need you, good buddy.
Yeah. He's in a different time zone. Yeah. By a long shot.
Yeah.
So.
He's probably working.
It's tomorrow morning. I don't know. He's probably enjoying it.
Oh, yeah, he's probably thinking,
wait, no. They don't celebrate it. Australians. don't celebrate American Thanksgiving.
Well, apparently Brian knows a lot about Warhammer, so you know, ask Brian what Nurgles would have for dinner, and keep us updated.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotta
And a hush falls
find
over the
someone.
stream.
Ooh, we could try and ask Nim, but I don't know if he'd respond quick enough. I haven't talked to him in forever. I really gotta say hi. I missed him we obviously didn't go to Adepticon this year, so I missed my Adepticon buddies, and we're not gonna get to go next year either. Being responsible
Just curious
adults.
about the whole Nurgle faction.
Yeah, Nurgle is the faction, so the whole faction is Nurgle. Nurglings are these little guys here specifically.
Nurgle is actually the like
the big guy in charge.
Yeah, the like
main
god over everything.
Yeah, the main god.
Yeah.
These guys are called Nurglings. These guys are called Poxwalkers. So technically they're both Nurgle, but they're different kinds of Nurgle.
Right. So we're just curious what, the Nurgle faction Thanksgiving would look like. Because I'm silly, so.
Right. And what else do you talk about when you're miniature painting?
Silly Nurglings?
Right. And I mean, it's not exactly like I can teach a technique here. It's kind of just jam paint in crevices.
He says he has no clue what they would eat for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Boo!
Well, he's not a lore expert.
I'm going to go with Space Marine. I like Space Marine.
Yeah, me too. There's also other factions, maybe Orc.
Oh. And Orc is actually grown from a spore, so it's technically vegetarian.
Well, yeah, but it's still life, though.
I know,
I mean, Space Marines are cloned.
No, they're not. They're not necessarily. They're genetically altered.
They're genetically created.
So.
I don't know.
Just the odd things you talk about.
Right. Part of it is painting up the Warhammer.
Gotta argue about your imaginary spaceman.
Yeah, and come on, it's not like, Thanksgiving you're supposed to argue with your family about stuff, usually politics, and this is way better.
And it accomplishes just as much.
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. But people don't get as heated over what do, little space goblin things eat. I don't know. That's not going to get as heated.
I think it depends on the person.
As some of these people get over politics.
Right.
So, my family doesn't... Well, okay, let me rephrase that. Some of my family actually does talk politics, but the rest of us kind of walk away at that point. So
I was going to say, I think, by popular choice, politics is off limits in your family.
Well, I mean, honestly, most of them agree and have the same thoughts and beliefs. So, I mean, they were all kind of raised together and, same religion and all of that. So, but, yeah, that's okay. They start talking about a topic I don't like, which...
He said they would eat the soul of an innocent human with cranberry sauce on the side. See, I love it. That is a beautiful thing.
All right. Except, cranberry's gross.
Your brother likes it.
I know. My brother also likes olives and tomatoes. That doesn't make those any better.
Your brother likes cranberry sauce straight out of a can.
I know. So does my mom. So did my mom. They had all the same taste buds.
Doesn't seem overly surprising.
I was the odd one out who always could not like what they liked.
Make sure you remind me to download STLs tonight.
Okay. You cannot do that while we're streaming.
Do you see me doing it?
I know. You should have brought the laptop. Oh, you spotted
No. That's going to still use bandwidth.
Oh, yes.
We are not fighting bandwidth.
Yes, no, not today. Not with...
Izzy likes cranberry sauce too. Do you like it out of the can, or do you like the actual
I will
stuff?
also say I have never actually seen fresh or true cranberry. I have only ever seen canned version, and that alone is enough to kind of go, nope, I'm sorry. When it looks like a jelly in the shape of a can, I'm instantly like, that is not appealing.
Just both, but fresh is better.
Yeah, let's see.
I've had the Ocean Spray cranberry juice, and that's usually pretty good.
I've never had that.
So.
No, my only exposure to cranberry is literally jelly canned stuff. And nope, not happening.
But then you also don't like most berries.
I'm not a big berry person. I don't like strawberries.
And I do like berries, so.
You know, raspberry and blueberries are okay. Blackberries are okay.
Love raspberries and blackberries.
You know, nothing against them, but I'd rather have other fruits and stuff.
You'd rather have veggies.
I would. I love veggies.
Weirdo.
Broccoli.
See, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, I've got a whole list that I could go through of what I don't like, but usually it's pretty specific. Like, I absolutely hate tomatoes, cannot eat tomatoes. I love ketchup. I love tomato sauce. I love marinara, which also uses that. I like salsa, but you give me a tomato on anything and I won't eat it. Broccoli is my favorite. He just keeps telling me how weird I am because I'll be like...
We went out for... We ordered in burgers the other night. Yes. We ordered in burgers the other night.
We had cheeseburgers.
She skipped past the fries and the onion rings and the cheese curds and the cheese fries.
Oh, cheese curds, gross.
And got to the broccoli, the steamed broccoli on the sides menu, and got all excited.
I did.
You guys are weird.
I got steamed broccoli as my side item for my cheeseburger.
Steamed broccoli does not go with cheeseburger.
No, but you eat the cheeseburger afterwards.
No, y'all are weird.
Oh, it was so good. Yes.
Y'all are weird.
Oh, I loved that. Broccoli is awesome. Absolutely one of my favorite foods. So.
Y'all are weird.
Awesome. Hey, you know what? That's awesome. Every single day. I would love to eat it every single day. That would be so cool. He does the cooking, so I don't get it all that much.
If you want me to make you more broccoli, I will.
I always want you to make me more broccoli.
Okay.
Always.
As long as you don't expect me to eat it.
Well, yes, I do, because, you know, it's healthy.
Well, see, that's the problem. I'll make it for you day and night if you want. I have no problem with that.
Well, I just want you to eat healthy. It doesn't have to be broccoli, but...
Hey, my doctors are perfectly happy with the way I'm eating. They completely approve.
Well... That's their problem.
And I've lost 25 pounds in the last 3 months, so...
Yes, congratulations. So... That is...
There he goes. It says it's back, and It says it's back and strong, so.
Okay, so we just went out again.
Sorry about that.
And apparently we're back. So, little worried about how well this is going to keep going, because this is starting to happen a bit more. So, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, Izzy. You got to help me while he's gone. And give me a topic. I'm running out of things to ramble on. You know, it's so funny because I do try to watch some other streamers and things like that before I come onto the live stream. The ones who are specifically talking about topics in the miniature painting community, so that I can like reference some news and stuff. And gosh, guys, last time there wasn't really anything that anyone was talking about that could be considered like that kind of thing where it's news. And today there was a whole bunch I didn't have time to watch. So that was frustrating. It's like, oh, good, now there it is, but I've got to go on stream now, so... Oh. I just dropped my brush. Let's be honest, I threw my brush while I was talking with my hands. So, yeah, so I just didn't have time to watch any of it, but if you guys know the Mini Witch, she's got an interesting one that I'm excited to take a look at. And let's see. All right. I'm gonna do this guy down here too. Let's get him on. And then, so how's the weather there in Chicago? Struggling with, okay, hold on, the chat's now moving a little faster than I can read. There goes my brush again. Okay. Wait. Struggling with the blends. Blue and red skin and my darker tones. Well, yeah, that I'm not really sure how to what is it doing? Is it just not are the colors just not too far apart?
Send a picture on Discord and I'll show her on my phone.
Yeah. Let me take a look, and then maybe I can give you some good direction at least.
We can try and diagnose.
Right. So, but yeah, so, and Helen, how's the weather in Chicago? Are you guys actually getting some...
She says it's freezing cold there.
Freezing cold, okay. Oh, I thought that was Izzy who had said it was freezing cold when you told me. Okay. That makes sense now. I'm following. I caught up. Hey, she's used to me. I get lost at work sometimes too. So, like, wait, what was the trail of conversation?
It's all right. I'm following for you.
What were we saying? Okay. So, yeah, I've said so like 12 times since you went since you left.
I'm not doing that many shots.
That's but
Oh, sorry.
I have not. Well, now
Chicago
I've said it once.
The wind is insane.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was only a little bit windy here when we came down, but it was just starting to pick up.
And it is picking up big time.
Definitely not Chicago wind. So, I mean, there's that. They call it the Windy City for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
But.
Oh, yeah.
And despite what the tour guys say, it's not just because of all the attorneys.
Is that seriously a thing?
Yeah, when I was in 6th grade, we went on a boat tour down the Chicago River.
Yeah.
And the tour guide, that was part of his bit.
Really?
Yeah. So at least that was a bit they used
40 years ago?
almost
20 years ago?
More like 40. Not quite 40, but close. Like I said, it was 6th grade, so we're definitely talking in the 80s.
Ew, we're closer to 50 than we are 40. Ew.
Yes. Why is that ew? That's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I live that meme. Oh yeah, that's a very red.
Pen?
Yeah. Yeah, your jumping is a little high. You need to get a little more mixing of an in between. Okay, so you did that to her too. Okay, it wasn't just me. But yeah, for some reason that joke stuck out in my head, probably because I believed it until I got older, and so for a long time. Okay, that's not as bad as you think, but yeah, other places, and you also
Hey, that one looks familiar.
you also need to go a lot bigger with your lighter colors. It is basically you have a lot of shadow down, and then you're putting small amounts of the lighter color, but for a light skin tone, you still need the majority of it to be light. So the shadows will be smaller. I actually have one up here that we can use as kind of an example. So
Cover more area with the lighter color. Got it. Maybe that's my issue then.
yeah, because like see how you can see here, like most of the chest is actually lighter. Then there's your shadow color way back here, and yours is a little darker than that one, but then it looks like you're trying to put these bright highlight colors right on top of it, and you've got to get in between first. So I would do
She says that makes sense.
50-50 mix and get more of the model into that mid-tone before you then try to go up to the next color. So that should fix that issue.
And your skin tone still looks better than mine.
Yes. Oh, thank you. But yeah, you're not as bad as you think it is. You're actually, pretty good, but I can see where you're struggling. So, you'll get there.
It seems like the same struggles you had when you were throwing models at me.
Yes. Don't forget. We actually watched this profound video. It's a channel on YouTube, and they talk about these profound subjects. And the one we watched yesterday was about the tortured artist and exploring all avenues of that. Do artists actually have to be tortured in order to be good? How does that torture come across in the work, or are they good because they torture themselves? Are they tortured because they're good? Are they tortured because they just don't get a good thing? If they do get successful, is that because they made a deal with the devil? The devil being the love of art. And this whole kind of aspect of that was very, very interesting. But it really got me thinking about all the struggles I had with miniature painting, and how if you're going to get good, you have to overcome those struggles. But that's not actually different than anything else in life. The difference is when you're doing it with art, art is always a luxury commodity. It's culture, but it's never a necessity. It's not food. It's not shelter. It's not something you absolutely have to have. Art is luxury. It's a luxury. So on that end, yeah, the struggles just kind of seem a little harsher than when you struggle in other places, but it's still the same struggle when push comes to shove. And I know that it's the same for athletes. It's the same for business owners. It's just a little bit of a different struggle, but it's really the same struggle. It's that trying to turn what you love into a means of sustaining yourself, and that's always a struggle. And then the struggle, of course, to be great at it. That's another struggle. And I do kind of feel like, yes, they are necessary, because if it was easy, everybody would do it. It's the fact that, I am totally quoting A League of Their Own here. It's the hard that makes it special. So going through those frustrations and getting past them to the other side, where
if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Exactly. And getting to the other side of that, where now skin tone is easy and I don't even think about it. I make up all my recipes on the fly, even the ones for my tutorials. They're all literally, this looks good, I'll pull this one out. Because I've learned all those techniques and rules and struggled for, it was probably a year and a half of struggling to really get it down. And even now, I'm still working on improving that. There's still more that I want to learn as far as skin tone goes, because there are artists out there who are doing skin tone that is 10 times better than what I do. It's more realistic. It's, some of these people, you look at the model and you don't even know, like, you look at a photo of the model and you think you're looking at a photo of a person. Especially some of these artists who do, like, famous people. They'll do, like, a bust of an actor or something. And on a quick glance, they're so good, you'll think that's a photo of the actor. I want to get that good. Will I? I don't know. But I'm going to try. I'm going to keep at it. So that's kind of how I feel about that topic. It's kind of like I said, it's a really good philosophical question, and how much are you willing to sacrifice for your art or that sort of thing. And well, I won't make that deal with the devil, and I'm gonna keep my job, my full-time job.
Some of these artists blow me away with how great their skin tones is. Yes, those ones, it's insane.
Yeah. I want to get there. I'm working on it, but it takes time. And the more I spend time doing other things, like working so that I can pay my mortgage and, that sort of thing, and making videos and spending time with my husband, the less time I have to actually learn those things. So that's kind of the deal with the devil. I could learn it if I'm willing to, like, give everything up and go do it. I could learn that probably pretty quickly.
Well, and it's one of those, it's similar again to, once again, it's a question of how much time you're willing to put in, but it's something that very frequent. I have heard my favorite author, Jim Butcher, very frequently gets asked, why he doesn't. When he started writing, he was turning out a book a year. Sometimes, a couple of times, he did 2 in a year, or much quicker. And as he's as the series has gone on, as he's gotten old, as time has passed, it's taken longer. And yes, part of that is the books have gotten twice as long each book, which takes twice as long to write minimum. But at the same time, the man's written 17 or just published his 18th book.
Mm-hmm.
He is now being invited to and showing up at several conventions and speaking engagements and book signing and book tours
to the job.
And there's so much else that goes into it. He just doesn't have the time. When he was young and just starting out, all he had
was time.
Was the time.
And the dedication.
Right. And he had the dedication.
Yeah, you gotta have the dedication. There's no way you're gonna make it without dedication.
Honestly, it's really funny. He tells the story, the way he wrote his first book was out of snark. He had a writing teacher who told him, okay, you should do these things. And he was an English major and he thought that those things were silly. And so he said, okay, I'm going to do all of the things that you tell me that I should do, and you're going to see that they are silly and cookie cutter and ham-fisted, and it's going to be terrible. And he turned it in, and the teacher said to him, this is excellent. Someone will publish this. And 2 years later, someone bought it and published it, and he was off to the races.
And he should be thanking that teacher.
Oh, he does frequently.
Sometimes you have to put aside your ego and listen to the criticism. I actually have a very similar story. When I was entering my first contest, it was an online contest, and there was it was part of Reddit, and you could there was a thread where you could post your work in progresses and things like that. And I posted one of mine, and somebody commented on it. And now, if you know me, I never ask for CNC, critique and criticism, because I'm fragile. I don't trust people to not be mean. That's just who I am. I've seen too much. I know the community is not like that, but
you have learned, and at the time you did not know as well.
Yeah, it was also a lot newer, so I didn't know it. It hadn't quite been proven so much. But so I never asked for that. And usually you're not supposed to say anything if they don't ask. And he made these comments about my start to it and how to change it and how it would look more realistic. And he actually took my photo and photoshopped it to show me what he was talking about and what he meant.
Give you a massively detailed breakdown.
And I was so offended. You're not supposed to give criticism, and this is my art. It doesn't have to be that way if I don't want to. And then I went to work, because that I saw that first thing in the morning. I went to work, and after work, I looked at it again, and I thought, you know what? His does look better than mine. His photoshopped version. That does look better. And so I kind of got over myself and kind of humbled myself real quick in the moment and went, I should at least try it. He's probably right. He knows a lot more than I do, I'm sure. So I tried it, and it was so much better. And I actually learned so much from that, and so I am so glad I didn't react to the post, because after that I was able to go back and say, thank you so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this, and I've learned from it. And so, sometimes you just really got to set that ego aside, because it's easy to get in the way of something you've worked hard on. But, a lot of times people are trying to help you. And that's what he was doing. He was not even in the same category as me, so he wasn't my competitor. He wasn't anything like that. He was actually a much, much better artist. And he did that for almost everybody. I mean, honestly, we were all just raving about how fantastic he was at helping everyone. So that was like, I'm so happy that I entered that competition just for that experience. The rest of the competition was kind of a joke, but...
And I've never seen that guy since either.
No.
Is one of those he appeared for a moment and then disappeared.
Yeah, I've never seen him anywhere else online since that contest. So I don't know. At least
not knowingly. So
right, I don't know who he is, or I mean, he could go by a different name on another platform, but
if it stands
don't know.
out that this is you, we appreciate you.
Yeah. I mean. But I just find it so funny that my first reaction was to get all offended, and honestly, I don't think that was funny. That's kind of normal for me. But luckily, I took a beat and gave myself that moment to calm down, and then gave it that clarity. And honestly, Helen, I probably have to say thank you to you, because there's probably something you said to me that day that inspired me in some way to think about it and look at it differently, because of this, that, or the other. And, so many times we're so obsessed with our art and putting our passion into it, and we don't stop to think, oh, this is how I can do it better. Now,
outside of you, I've never received any input on my stuff I have posted on social media. But I also have not asked outside of asking you.
Yeah.
That is kind of one of the unwritten rules of the community.
It is. You do not... because nobody wants to hurt anybody else. We want to be inclusive. We want people in the hobby. We want more people joining us. And if you... offer, even if it's helpful and it's good-spirited and not mean, you could still crush somebody. You don't know where they are in their journey, so if they're not asking for it, don't offer.
You could...
You can say good job, you can say way to go, things like that.
You could very easily mistake it, yeah. But somebody of a more advanced level could very easily mistake somebody's finished product for a work in progress.
Right.
And make a comment of like, oh yeah, you're making great progress. Keep,
keep
I'd
going.
love to see the finished product. And, well, fuck, I'm done with it. And
yeah, I mean, there's just so much you don't know about that situation.
Oh, that's not true at all. You are
No,
too.
and that was the other thing he said, because when he posted his, I actually made a comment and I said, I wish I knew as much as you so that I could actually offer you some advice in some way, shape, or form. And, other than I think it's amazing and is blowing me away. And he actually got really upset about that. You could kind of tell in his response. And he said, no, you have eyes. Anyone with eyes has the ability. Tell me what you see. If you see something that's wrong, you're a person, you have eyes, it'll stand out. So you may not know how to suggest a fix, but you can point out and say, hey, is that supposed to be that way? So, again, that was just a real nice thing. I mean, I still came back and said, yeah, I still don't see anything wrong with what you did. So, looking with my eyes, I still don't see anything wrong. I'm just in awe. But, you know, that's another way to look at it, is that you can still give help if it's asked for. You can still offer help without knowing how to fix it.
And Izzy, that I have that same. Mandy hands me her pieces like every other night, every night,
all the time,
sometimes several times a night, and says, "Does this
look right?"
And most of the time, I take a look at it, and everything looks fantastic and absolutely beautiful. And about 1 in 5 times, I look at her and I tell her, "Well, you're gonna hate me about this," and I say to her, "I have no idea what's not right, but there's this spot here that doesn't look right. I have no idea what you need to do, what needs to happen to fix it, but something about this doesn't look right."
And sometimes I will overrule him and say, I know you don't see that it looks right, but that's technically correct because of X, Y, and Z. So...
And very frequently, it is just, sometimes it's just having a second set of eyes on something.
Yeah.
So don't feel like
you can't contribute to the conversation, because you can. You may not be able to give solutions, but you can at least tell people what you see.
And I will be perfectly honest, I have seen several of your finished products, Izzy, and you're a pretty decent painter. You have every right to offer.
She's been working hard.
She has, and she has
and
made.
It shows.
Yeah, she's a fantastic painter.
Yep.
And you have an eye, and you feel free,
So, yeah.
If somebody comes to you
and
says... You have
full permission to... But even if you can't find anything
kindly,
wrong...
Do it kindly.
Always kindly, yes. Always be kind. You never know how people are.
It's not kindness, it's honesty,
So. Well, but that's also... We want to come at it from kindness first. Honesty, is... more secondary.
She said, "Thank you very much. We're very kind." Oh. And I'm just, yes, it is nice of us to say that she's very talented, but at the same time, it's just observing.
Yeah. But
observing what is in front of our face.
Well, what do we say about talent?
Time and
learning.
I can't remember.
Wait. Talent. Time allotted learning. Talent.
Expanding and training.
Learning.
Exploring. I can't remember what the E is anymore. We'll have to go back and watch the video. And training.
Yeah, something like that.
Basically, it all comes down to time.
Basically, how much time and effort you put into something is... Because... honestly, probably about a year and a half into my journey, I started getting, "Oh my God, you're so talented," and it's like, yeah, no, that's just the time I've put into it.
The 10,000 hour rule, right. The 10,000 hour.
Yeah, like it takes
observation.
Takes 10,000 hours of doing something to become good at it.
Is a thing for a reason.
It's true. It really is, and. Yeah, that's what makes it.
And you may not have put in your full 10,000 hours yet, but
you're well on your way.
You're getting there.
And you don't necessarily have to put in the full 10,000 to start seeing the rewards. So
exactly.
But it's the same thing as with an athlete or, like I said, athlete, small business. You get you get out what you put in. That's just the way life works, and art isn't really any different.
Her response is, "I just paint every day and keep trying to improve." Who does that sound like?
That's exactly it. That's the secret. That's how you get. That's how you get talent.
Yep.
So fully and totally believe that. And it's showing. Your brush. I can't talk anymore. Your brush control has improved greatly. Your techniques are getting there. You're exploring more. You're come a long way. So, but the other thing is, even when you're looking at somebody's, if you don't feel you can be helpful, you can at least find something to compliment them on. This is something that I used to do. I would find one thing, every time I would see a mini, I would find one thing that I could compliment, because you could always find something you truly love. Sometimes it might have been, like with a new painter, I can compliment and say, hey, good job, you finished another one, but that's not really
Right.
anything too special.
And honestly, we learned that from Vince.
Yep. But I can always come back and say, oh my gosh, I love that color scheme that you used. And, then I'm looking, because I used to scroll through Facebook, and I would find every single miniature that came up. I would make it a point to go, I'm going to find something I can compliment them on.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I absolutely love the way you did those eyes. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love that hair color. So anything. Oh my gosh, your OSL is completely fantastic.
And keep in mind, that's not what we're doing to you now. So.
No, that's not what I'm doing. But
she says yes. I always find something to pick out.
Yeah. But then, another good thing to do with that is internalize it. Okay, wait. I really like how they did that. Let me see if I can figure out how they did that. I actually used to download photos, other people's photos, and I'd have them all in my phone, and then use those as reference photos. Okay, so I'm doing OSL. I found these awesome OSLs. Let me match up the colors and see how I can do it that way. So, you can even just take photos as a learning opportunity, photos of other people. There's always so much to learn from
Okay, and I'm
online.
gonna twist your comment about internalizing it there.
Uh-huh.
You can always take any piece of your own and find one thing that is fantastic.
There you go.
Even if you paint a hot mess clown fiesta.
I've painted hot messes before.
Yes, you have. Yes,
I actually went so far as to paint a hot mess. I was so excited about this concept, and it was an artistic idea and blah blah blah, and it turned out terrible. So it was a mermaid, and I was trying to capture the light, the sunbeams coming down into the water, like the way that the light bends underwater. And I was trying to capture that.
There you go.
And it turned out terrible. It looked awful. The whole concept was flawed the way I was doing it. I learned so much from that process. And I'm going to try it again at some point. Probably a different model. Maybe the same model.
Depends on if I can find it to print it for you.
It's in my mini factory. But it might be that, but at some point I'll come back to it and do it again. But I still posted it online. And I said, look, this is what I was trying to do. I know it didn't work, but I thought it was important for other people to see that it's okay to have pieces that just don't come out right, that aren't just what you hoped. And, that was before I had my channel, so it didn't end up in a video. But, you know, it should have. If I had the channel at the time, it would have ended up. Because, again, I really feel like it's important to know that mistakes happen. And, you know, sometimes you think something's cool and it's not. And, you know, or there's a different way you have to do it. And, you know, that's okay. That can happen.
It's all a learning experience.
Yep.
Izzy says, I appreciate that about you, Mandy. You aren't afraid to show mistakes and how to fix them.
Nope. And honestly, a lot of that, I gotta say, probably comes from that contest. Because, like I said, I learned a whole lot of humiliation with that.
Humility.
Sorry, yes, humility. Humiliation, totally different, not that. Had I actually responded the way I wanted to initially, then I would have been humiliated at myself. But that was, again, more me, still not him. But, yeah, I mean, I just think it's so important to know that it's okay, that, you know, that's part of the learning process. That's how you grow, is through your mistakes. We all say it. We all hear it all over. It's always preached. But really, I feel like no one actually takes it to heart. And it's easy not to do. It's easy to go, yeah, I know. It's a learning experience. But it isn't until like a month or two later that you can actually learn the lesson from it, until you can actually put your ego aside, which is another thing that's very, very hard to do. So, but we don't have to be perfect. We don't have to be perfect online. We don't have to be perfect offline. We can just be.
Perfection is not a thing. We can attempt to be. We should always attempt to be better, but perfection is a fool's game.
We should always strive to be better, though.
I did say that. Better is good. Perfect is crazy.
You may have, but I was kind of in the.
That's okay.
I was
You were
looking
in
at
your
what I
nerd
was doing for a moment, so I'm not doing so good at getting these guys painted tonight. Surprise! You get me talking, and
Not particularly.
I just can't shut up. I also didn't get to talk yesterday, though. I mean, so much that. And I was very excited about doing all the skin tone, and I had it all poured out. I was starting. Everything was good, and then nobody could see it.
You don't get to do it again.
It's like, oh, crap. Well, I already reset the figure, so we've got her base coated, so she's ready to go. So we're going to reschedule.
Now you're just teasing the not patrons.
Well, they can always join Patreon, and then they can see what it's all about.
Shameless plug.
So, yeah, we'll take more patrons. That's okay. They can join. But, yeah. So.
Yes, they have time to see it now. Love it.
Yep. I'm really excited. I've wanted to do that one on the stream because I actually really like it, and I found it so easy to do. Even if you're having trouble with skin tone, it's actually super easy when you actually, okay, let me rephrase this. I hate when people say that. I find it super easy. Not everyone will find it easy. We're not all the same. So that's why I don't like that phrase, even though I always say it. But I find it to be super easy, and I find that you don't need to be really good at skin to be able to pull it off really, really well.
Because the sheer hides it a little bit?
Exactly. So even somebody who only knows how to layer, that's the only skill you really need. Well, okay, layer and then glazing. Those are the two skills you need to know to be able to do it. So it's not even that difficult. It's not advanced techniques, but I feel like it just adds such a wow with the right figure and really looks so super cool. So I'm really excited. I've wanted to do it on the channel. I did a little tease of it with the stockings. But you gotta find the right model to be able to do it on YouTube because, yeah, it can't really show. I mean, technically you can because it's art and things like that, but you gotta kind of jump through hoops for it. So I'm also kind of waiting for the right model so that I could show it publicly. But at least I can do it on YouTube because that's not a public stream.
Izzy says she has that bust printed so she can use the stream to practice the same bust. She's excited.
Yeah.
And she's totally used your method doing stockings.
Wonderful. Well, I will tell you that's the base code I used is Mahogany Brown, AK Interactive. So if you want to
paint along,
if you want to be, teacher's pet and catch up to where I am with the base coat before the stream, go for
teacher's pet. I don't give out internet points for being, teacher's pet though. I give out internet points for pop culture references, but not for being teacher's pet.
Yes. Perfect. I have that color. Wonderful. So see, there you can go. You can get started on it. And you saw the one thing that you do want to do.
So I wear that with pride.
Is you want to paint the full model. So paint the model as if the fabric isn't there. Okay, so you're gonna just cover absolutely everything on that main section. So I'm gonna try to do it as a paint along. So I'll show you how to do like the part that's gonna be sheer, and then after I show it, I'll paint the face with the highlights and stuff so that you can kind of keep up, and that'll be your time to do that, so you can at least kind of follow along.
She got it.
So good.
Or at least she says she did.
Yeah. Well, I think she does.
15 minutes.
We're on the same wavelength, remember?
Yup.
So, all right. Oh, I was doing second coat on these guys.
You're so silly.
I know. I'm like losing it. I don't know what I'm doing here. But that's why I thought they would be fun for the live stream, because I could be a little distracted and still make progress.
There you go.
And it's working. It was so funny because
Izzy says it's awesome, so.
My boss at work, she's like, "Oh, what are you painting on your live stream?" And I'm like, "I don't know." My mind just totally went blank. No, I figured it out last night. I had everything all set up. So literally I just had to walk down the stairs. But in the moment I couldn't remember, and I'm just like, "I don't know." She's like, "Well, kind of better figure it out pretty quick." I'm like,
we will make sure it is not on the 16th.
okay. I don't think we were planning on the 16th.
No, I think we were thinking earlier. So.
Yeah.
What kind of concert? Does he have his own band, or is he in a choir, or
maybe school band?
Or is he like going caroling door to door? Choir concert for school. Okay.
Nice. Okay. I miss those.
Choir was supposed to be required for middle school, And I hated singing so much that my parents went to the principal and said, Ben's not going to do that. So I was the only person in my middle school who didn't have to be in choir.
Well, in my high school, I got to use choir as my foreign language, so I never had to learn a foreign language, which is probably why I don't know a foreign language. And
Well, it doesn't help that you tried learning French and were terrible at it.
I was terrible. I hate learning French. The only thing I actually picked up from French class, I didn't even learn in French class. I looked it up myself when I asked the professor to drop it, because they had to, the professor had to sign off on it. And I walked in and I said, "Oh, I prepared this just for you."
Ooh, honors choir.
Oh, that's exciting. I was never that good. But I walked in and I said, "Je déteste étudier le français," which translates to, I hate...
Wait. Which you thought translated to?
It translates to, I hate studying French. And I know that's what it translates to because I looked up each of those words. And they are, in fact, correct. It's just grammatically incorrect. They need to go in some kind of a different order. She laughed, explained that to me, said it to me properly, which of course I don't remember, and told me to give her the paper to sign. Yeah, at least I got that.
I took a semester and a half of Spanish in high school and then dropped it because I can't even spell English, so spelling Spanish was not even an option.
And then we did try learning German, and we actually picked up a little bit of it.
We did pretty well with Duolingo for a while.
Yep. Long time ago. Not anytime recent with their
I
stuff.
swear you guys are freaking clones. Madness.
Well, my plan was, after dropping French, I was going to take German in college the next semester because my grandma was, she's from Germany. I actually have German family that I've never met in Germany. My dad was born in Austria. He became a citizen. I remember going with him to actually sign the papers to become a U.S. citizen.
She's half German and half Polish, guys.
I'm not. I am half German, quarter Polish, and a quarter Slovak, not Czech. Apparently that's important
As
to
an adult,
my great
I
aunts.
studied Japanese and loved it, but it's hard. It's something I keep dropping and picking up.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine. Japanese is so difficult. But I figured, my family speaks German. My grandma literally passed away that summer before I could take it. So that was really sad and really hard. And so I didn't take German then. But we did try learning it. This was maybe 10 years ago with Duolingo. And we did learn quite a bit. And I had some ridiculous, 2.5-year streak, and this is, again, 10 years ago, so you're talking about 5 to 10, 7, 8 years ago, I don't know.
It was a while, and you had it was a big streak.
That was right when my migraines started, and I had a couple horrible migraine attacks, and I lost my streak, and
she was down for a week.
They wanted me to pay to get my streak back. And I got so offended by that I refused to use the app ever again. So...
out of spite. She's so silly.
Yep, there it is. Because I got so mad. Like, it's not my fault that I had a migraine. Yeah, it was...
Mid-30s.
Mid-30s?
Early 30s. No, mid-30s.
Mid-30s when it started, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't have them for majority of my life. And then suddenly they hit, and I thought it was my sinuses. I didn't know it was a migraine.
Freaking clones.
And it turned out the sinus medicine I was taking to fight the sinus issue that I didn't actually have was helping cause the headaches. So they're called rebound headaches. And then
she went to the ear, nose, and throat guy and got told she was grossly normal.
No. He didn't say anything. That was after my brain scan. My neurologist found out that both my mom and my grandpa had the same type of brain tumor, even though it's not a genetic brain tumor, and went, wait, we're getting you scanned right away. And my brain scan came back with a report from him saying it's grossly unremarkable. So there you go. My brain is grossly unremarkable. I keep telling you guys, I'm not special. Anything I can do, you guys can do too. You just got to put in the work. So there you go. That proves it. I'm nothing special.
I disagree.
I am grossly unremarkable.
Izzy says that's a good term in the medical world.
So it is, yes. And I actually teased him about that because he's a real nice guy. He used to play Warhammer even. So, but yeah, I said, you know, it's kind of offensive being told that your brain is grossly unremarkable. Like, I happen to think I'm pretty smart. And he started laughing. But yeah, that was funny. But yeah, my brain is grossly unremarkable. I'm good. So, but everything he said about the migraines was dead on and fixed. And like, this guy just blew me away with his knowledge and his predictions of exactly what would happen. You know, if you do this is going to happen. And, you know, he's got my migraines under such good control. I absolutely love him. I actually have, it's in the store. I actually have a mini that we're going to make a little diorama for him for. I keep saying that every year, but I keep forgetting. And then getting busy with commissions, but I really want to make this. It's a brain in a jar. So I want to do like some kind of little doctor thing with a brain in the jar. I thought that would be cute for my neurologist.
Izzy's brain is grossly normal too.
Oh, yay! Yay, I have company. I'm not miserable though, but I still love company, so. But yeah, absolutely love my doctor. And then I found out that our house cleaner, it actually used to work for him. So when she found out about my migraines, and she's like, what doctor do you go to? And I said the name, and he's just like, I worked with him. I was going to tell you, you have to go to him. I'm like, I already do, and I love him. So.
That was hilarious. You are completely off screen right at the moment.
Oh, I am. I'm not even trying. I was literally painting in my lap. Sorry guys. Yeah, I am too in the conversation.
You're just chatting away, having
I
a good old time.
I am. Well, it's been a whole week since I got to chat with them. Especially because of the stream last night. I got all excited and geared up to talk to people, and not to mention the fact that, everything at work got
Izzy
done.
says we're just having a fun time.
It is, yeah. That's the most important part.
It is.
So.
I'm glad everybody's having fun.
Yep. Again, that's why I picked this and not something that I knew I'd have to focus on. This is about as much focusing as I think I could manage. It's just randomly picking out some pink ones. I don't think I could do any other kind of serious painting today.
You're so cute.
Yeah, well, I got 4 days off. I finished up all my work before I left. You know, I got
It's a good
exciting things going on. I got almost all of my Christmas shopping done. Only thing I have to do is get gift cards and send money for kids that I don't have to buy for. Because I don't know what they want. And I don't want to get them something they don't want. I mean, what's the point in that? So
Nobody thinks that's fun.
nope. So, my niece is autistic, and so she's really hard to figure out, and especially because they live 2 states away, I don't get to see her very often. But it is exciting because for quite some time now, she still recognizes me when I do see her in person. And she knows, I don't know that she knows who I am, like my name and everything, but she will always come and give me a hug. She knows
I was going to say, you get hugs and I don't.
I do. So, you know, she's just really special that way. And, you know, it's hard to buy for somebody like that. Plus, she is so spoiled. And when I say that, I don't mean her parents, like, are raising her to be obnoxious or anything. I mean that her grandparents, her aunts, her uncles, her mom and dad's friends all love buying her stuff. And all love... Oh, really? Okay. So, see, memory is a good thing. Okay. I gotta... Nope. That way. That way? That way? There we go. I don't know.
Oh, you're hilarious.
Okay. So, apparently not that weird. Okay, good. But, you know, they all just love buying her stuff and that sort of thing. So, I mean that she gets showered with lots of presents from lots of people. So, she's spoiled that way. So, for me to find something that's going to be, like, awesome and something that she really likes is going to be nigh impossible. So, her birthday's on Halloween. So, between Halloween and Christmas, I send her mom some money and tell her to buy something fantastic for both, you know, for Christmas and and for birthday and Christmas, and get her something that she absolutely loves or needs or whatever. Just use the money towards her. And then I made my brother promise not to buy us gifts because, you know, I mean, as we're adults, we don't need anything that we haven't bought and that sort of thing. And we don't ever see each other for who knows how long. It could be like 6 months to a year between seeing them in person. And so it's just like, you know, it's just getting too hard. And then we end up doing like Christmas in June because that's when we finally got together because the weather was nice. So it's kind of like...
Yeah, that was a weird year.
Yeah, let's just not worry about it because I'm sure they could use their money more. I'm like, so I told them, I'm like, you know what? We won't buy you anything. And you take the money that you would have spent on us and spend it on more on Jacqueline, my niece. So, you know, that's what I told him. I'm like, just spend more on her. It matters more. I know you. I know you love me. You know I love you. You know, we're siblings. We're all good there. We don't have to do this gift thing that, well, quite frankly, neither of us can really appreciate anymore. He doesn't know what I do anymore. I don't think he's ever even seen my miniatures or knows anything about it.
Which is too bad.
Yeah, I mean, he might have. It's not like I hide it from my family. You know, I was actually published in a book for miniature painting, and I brought a copy to the family reunion. So, I mean, it was there, so maybe he saw it. I don't know. We don't talk about that when we're together. Also doesn't help that every time we've gotten together, there's been lately there's been some kind of a something or an emergency, you know, like, oh, he lost a finger at work. You know, oh, this happened or that happened, and you know, it's like we got other
Didn't
things
lose
to talk
the whole
about.
finger, just the tip.
Yeah, but still, that was disturbing, and that was fun to find out in person. Just shows up with this big thing on his hand. Nobody warned me. It's like, hello. Did you not think I needed to know about that? But anyway, that's fun family stuff. But again, like once you get older, it's just the thought. You know, the thought is there. That's all that matters. So, phone call and that sort of thing is, you know, really all I want from them. So, just give me a phone call. Let me say hi to you guys and know what's going on in your lives, and you know, want them to be happy. Beyond that, I'm good. So, but that's about it, folks. We are don't do it. Yeah, I mean, okay, there's some, like, obviously Ben and I buy gifts for each other, and his parents typically buy gifts for, you know, us and his brother and his brother's family, and of course we buy for his parents, and that's it. I mean, we don't even buy his brother and his brother and his brother's wife had that conversation about no presents for each other. So, you know, it makes the list a lot shorter. So, but then there is also my work family. So I do get my boss's family. I'm not gonna say it. She knows I get her presents. I get her present, her husband, and their kids because they're family.
Though.
I'm not gonna say what we got, although I did tell her what I got her son today, so that she knew. She's very excited about it. So
Cool.
but yeah, but that kind of wraps us up for tonight, and I'm actually kind of getting curious about the storm out there. So as much as I'm like, I don't want to know, I kind of want to know. Might need to check on that and get some more actual work done going on here. We still have to plan the reschedule of the live stream, so that'll be announced later today or tomorrow.
Thanks for hanging out with us, Ben and Mandy. It was fun as always. I hope you have a great night and the weather doesn't get too bad. Us too.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm glad that you were on and we got to connect, and look for that reschedule and all the exciting news coming up, because we've got a lot coming out over this weekend. So
hopefully.
Yep. But that's it for this one.
Have fun.
So until next time.
Oh, whatever. Have fun.
And keep creating.